My name is Jay Doraiswamy. I am responsible for running data platforms for US information technology. This is Keejan Lee. He's architect developer. Just to give an introduction on Equifax and the business of big data that we deal with, we have about 800 million plus consumer data, 90 plus million businesses data, and we operate on 24 different countries, and we like to think of ourselves as a financial technology or fintech company. When that loan goes through Fannie Mae's underwriter system, it comes to Equifax and TransUnion and Experian, and the data gets aggregated, and then your credit snapshot as of that particular day is actually scored, and that is how you actually get a FICO score and a loan and interest rate and other things. Fannie has announced that they are going to enhance the credit reporting using their underwriting system and display 24 months of credit history. Having a 24 month of history helps underwriters to judge your risk portfolio much better than just looking at one snapshot of it. Because you could actually call Equifax and say my balance on the third month on Bank of America credit card is not good. We have to take care of the disputes. We were on an average expected 5 milliseconds transactions time. But I think if you're doing it for the first time, let's make sure you're doing the tandem jumping with your team, right? Otherwise, you might end up experiencing something different. Simple key value problem, no complex queries. We have future business cases. This is our first journey, but we don't want to stop right there. We need to have high availability, and fault tolerance is very important to us, and we have to have DR capability. The system cannot go down. With respect to Nickel, I think this was actually a very interesting moment for me, SQL or no SQL, and I know I'm going to use that. I think the most important thing as I was going through this evaluation process is the multi-dimension scaling. I think the ability to run certain nodes for certain services like query or indexing or data services is very powerful. This is our architecture. We have our mainframe on the left, where we get it's actually daily snapshot of credit. That does come to our batch system, which is a Hadoop-based system where we actually apply our complex time series account linking algorithms that gets pushed into Couchbase for serving the data online. So I think 98 to 99% of the transaction on our system was under 5 milliseconds. It's actually an announcement that came that Fannie Mae is using the trended data.
My name is Feng. I'm from eBay. I have been working on the database area all my professional career. First 15 years on Oracle. I started Oracle about version 5. I joined eBay about 2011. Part of eBay database infrastructure team. We are handling all the eBay's database, include Oracle, MySQL, Cassandra, MongoDB, and Couchbase. Talk about eBay a little bit. eBay used to known as auction side, but now actually a majority of the eBay's revenue are coming from the fixed price listing as well. Roughly, we have about 4,000 plus database servers, and every day those servers are making 610 billion SQL calls. The peak database call is about 15 million database calls per second. Roughly 80% is coming from RDBMS, and the rest 110 billion coming from the NoSQL. eBay itself almost the largest Oracle deployment over the world. However, over the years, we also found there's a lot of challenges to build a logical database concept, which we do the application level sharding. It's very expensive on the license support as well as the hardware, right? So we have to think of something outside Oracle. You can see the red color, that's where using the Couchbase. Q3 last year to this year, we grew from about 300 nodes to about 1,400. That's about almost 5x growth. From a node point of view, from a use case point of view, we more than doubled our use cases. And very high read-write performance and also throughput. This bidirectional SDCR is very useful. Another thing we like the Couchbase is the new NICO stuff. It definitely is a help with the people coming from the traditional relational database. Here's some detail about how we are using Couchbase at eBay. 120 clusters. We have 110 billion NoSQL calls. Out of them, 80 billion are coming from the Couchbase. We have 90 terabytes data, about 60 billion documents. Very intensive use case. One of the examples we call it a user session tracking. So roughly we get 13 billion writes on a daily basis. Second category is really intensive. It's an email notification. We get about 4 billion reads. We also support mixed workload. So eBay, we have hundreds of thousands of devices, right? So those devices, have to be monitored at real time. So if something happens, we have to react quickly before it causes, sad impact. So in this cluster, we get 2 billion writes. Also get about 10 billion reads. This is the central monitoring alerting system we're talking about. So without a high performance data store, potentially could lose the time to react to increased demand or either for a failed hardware.
So I'm Brant Burnett. I'm a software development team lead at CenterEdge Software and a Couchbase community expert. So at CenterEdge, we're celebrating our 12-year anniversary this year. We were founded in 2004. We're a team of 50 people in Roxborough, North Carolina, which is a little north of the Research Triangle Park region. A sister company of ours is Palace Point, which is a 100,000 square foot family entertainment center. Our software package was originally developed for them, but we've now spread and have over 600 customers around the world. Family entertainment centers, water parks, trampoline parks, amusement parks, basically anything in the amusement industry. Our focus is full facility management software, which means their point of sale, their ticketing, group and party bookings, and most importantly to the Couchbase side, the online sales and party reservations. In the last couple of years, we've started developing brand new cloud-based products to replace their legacy products that we were using. And for these new products, we've moved to a pure Couchbase system. So we're actually using no SQL servers whatsoever. We are reading and writing key value directly out of the data nodes as much as possible. And also for more complicated needs, that's where we use the index and query nodes. We're just going to show you some basic link queries. This is where it gets fun. You just write this link query here, where I'm querying an airline document, and you'll see that it runs this NICL query. It really is just like writing queries against Entity Framework or any of the other systems that are out there for using link against SQL data stores. So this is one where we're looking for airlines that start with A in their call sign, and we're doing a projection to simply generate some more advanced NICL query. We've got a pretty extensive cross-section of the link functions that you would expect to have. Date mathematics, string comparisons, likes, contains functions. If you can think of a way to write a query in link, it should hopefully map to something in NICL pretty effectively. Our next trick here is doing a join. But there's also some additional structures even beyond unnest. We went with NICL and link, and why I think it's advantageous for other people. One, it's more scalable and performant than traditional SQL in the cloud. The support for link, but it really makes training .NET developers who are almost all used to using link as a query method of a database much easier. They don't have to learn all the ins and outs of NICL, which is very SQL-like and very easy to learn too. When I've got an order coming in on my web store, I've got a root order table, and then I've got an order line items and an order taxes and half a dozen to a dozen or more subsidiary tables, sometimes going 2 or 3 tiers deep that I've got to deal with querying and joining through. When I'm dealing with Couchbase, I just write one document for the order. And then finally, the schemaless nature of JSON increases the flexibility of the system. It makes evolving the system and having the schemas change a lot easier. So all the source code for the link to Couchbase library is available on GitHub. It's under Couchbase Labs. And then finally, questions can come through the Net SDK section of the forums, or you can email me or reach me on Twitter as well.